greenhouses, open fields, smallholder farms, vertical trays. It can be used in the city in vertical walls, green spaces, so it has many applications. We can go to the next slide. This is the installation in Iraq. Some of our team is there as well. Let's talk about how it works. Or we flood the field, we give the plants water when we think they need it. Drip irrigation was the evolution after that, and they refined it, which that innovation came out about in the 1960s. It is it's recognized as the most efficient method of irrigation currently, and it does work very well. But there have been limited advancements since 1960. We've got better emitters, we have micro emitters, we have smart controllers, we're monitoring via satellite. But the system has a look at what we think the plants need, and we deliver that quantity of water that should be delivered over 24 hours, we dump it all on them. So if you are thirsty, you don't get on the phone and call your doctor and say, I think I need water. And he says, okay, I'm gonna dump a bucket on you. You can only drink as much as your mouth could hold if you dump the bucket on you. When we're thirsty, we go to the faucet or we pick up a glass and we sip it. This is what plants are doing too. Their chemistry is underneath the soil. When they need water, they're just looking for a sip at a time. Plants consume water all day long. We have monitored water uptake in our studies and in the plants. We have monitored it in 5-minute increments. We see increases in the usage during the heat of day. We see a decrease during nocturnal time periods. We see changes depending upon the stage of development. So plants are taking what they need. We're asking farmers to determine evapotranspiration, soil percolation, and then we're telling them to look at drip. No wonder they're having trouble with their crop yields. It's a difficult system, and unless you are an agronomist, unless you are highly educated in the field, it's difficult to get optimal results. What is happening, they can maybe do one crop good. Now if you start asking them to do different crops, that has a whole different water requirements. This system removes all of that calculation.
The highest quality products for our customers all over Pakistan. So how do we want to do that? We want to always do that, and that's why I bolded that statement over there, through the highest sustainable means. So sustainability is a part of everything we do, from every part of our supply chain, from our growing process, and that's why we partner with a company like Responsive Drip Irrigation, because you have to look at if those lines are aligned. Thank you, very beautiful. So I won't get into green, our own deserts as well. So going on. This is just a few of the products. This is more livestock based, but our company started off by introducing the concept of organic farming and a direct to farm model where we would grow native chickens in the highest sustainable and free range and pasture raised means. And we would deliver our products fresh to consumers. We also, so we did eggs and chicken, and we started off with a model, that's why I did digital marketing as well, where we went direct to consumers, and now we have a lot of corporate clients as well, including Food Panda through Panda Mart, the Noori Cancer Hospital, Islamabad Farmers Market, and so that's a bit of what we're doing currently. And then we went into hydroponics as well. So for that, I have a short video that'll explain everything a lot better. We can play the video now.
Assalamu alaikum. मेरा नाम मुस्तफा अब्दुल रहमान है, and I'm one of the founders of Kiva and a Farm. So most of you would associate us हमारे fresh देसी free range organic chicken और eggs के साथ, लेकिन अब हमने expand करके हमारी hydroponic fresh vegetables के ऊपर भी हम आ गए. This is चेरी स्वीट चेरी टोमेटो। अब पाकिस्तान में ऐसी क्रॉप क्या कहते हैं, एम्बेसीज, सैलेड्स, एनीवन हु वांट्स टू गो ऑन अ गुड health diet or anything, it's really good for them. They can be used.
We testify what they claim after the testing in Pakistan, in various locality. System is so simple. You can see this system. We have developed customized model for some demonstration. So you need only water tank, small water tank. About 6 feet high, and you can grow as Miss Jane has well described. So it doesn't require any lot of infrastructure like in drip irrigation. It requires a lot of infrastructure. So it's so simple system. It has only two gadgets: one water meter, pressure gauge, and pressure regulator. You can see, and the rest is a simple tube. Maybe Jan forgot to introduce that one. So this is the tube. So you have to lay the tube under the plant roots, and only few of the fittings. The fittings are so simple. Even laymen are farmers and are lady farmers. So after a 1 hour training, they can install by themselves. System is so simple to operate. You need to make sure water is available in the tube 24/7. So you have to take care water availability in the tube in the tank. Then rest is the function of the plant as well as the tube. So you need not to forget making any decision. Countries like India as well as Afghanistan. So we do have a huge water losses in our system. Our system is only 40% efficient. And unfortunately, we have a very low productivity in the region as compared to rest of the world as well. So I would say, being a professional from the last 25 years, so our answer is drip sprinkler or any efficient irrigation system is a solution for our water efficiency across vegetables, fruits, in all kind of settings. Settings at a one marla, one canal for small farmers, vulnerable farmers, as well as it can be used for the corporate sector as well. These are the trials conducted on garlic trials. On the left hand side, you can see the drip irrigation. Middle one is the RDI, and right one is the furrow irrigation. The amount of water used in the drip was about 13,000. With the RDA, it was 5,500, and with the furrow irrigation, it is about 25,000. So you can see the huge difference in cost. So we not only tested, we tested on various type of crops like broccoli, cabbage, and tomatoes, and you can see the increasing yield as well as the amount of water saving. We tested this on a farmer's field. You can see the system over here. The right panels, the tunnels are on the commercial drip irrigation system, and the left two tunnels, those are on the RDI. Same time, same crop was sown. That is in Hatar area at a farmer's field. So you can see the difference in the crop. Some intelligence working. It's a low-cost technology. It's only using water harvesting, solar pump, and next. And the same system for the peri-arbor, for the youth, we can engage the youth in the peri-arbor as they can be engaged. Luckily, as we have seen the presentation of Mr. Mustafa, he is a young entrepreneur, and many are educated youths. They are jobless. Government is providing the
efficiency. Thirdly, okay, for instance, we assume that RDI is 100% efficient, but where the water consumption coming from is actually the water need of crop. It will remain the same for all. So where is this huge gap in water between the conventional and RDI is coming from? And last question is, what about the cost? For me, I think it's, I heard it's around 300 rupees a meter. In Pakistan, farmer is not ready to buy a conventional drip letter of 50 rupees a meter.
Yes, yes. Can everyone hear? No, we're off. Is that all right now? Okay. Water consumption is often calculated or has been by ET rates with the plants. So that, everything is based on that assumption that that's what the plant needs. I've spoken with the professor, they've been doing is absorb it that quickly. So some is lost to deep percolation where the plants can no longer access it, and some goes to evaporation. So consequently, the model is still not efficient, even with drip. So the comparison that we mentioned, anywhere between 30 to 50% water savings, that was compared to drip irrigation. So we have done many side-by-side comparative studies, and the water measurements were based upon that. And just as in Dr. Bashir's study, there were side-by-side comparisons with drip or with furrow. We still reduce water consumption. Pivot uses a lot of water. I mean, it's pulling 3,000 liters out at a time. It's more efficient than flood, but each progression has been better. You asked some other system, but it doesn't have to be UV resistant because it has to be in the ground. It has to be under the soil in the root zone. It won't work if you put it on the top because the roots aren't there. So it has to be subsurface. It doesn't have to be deep. In a vegetable crop, it might be 8 to 10 centimeters. Corn, maybe 10 to 15 centimeters. And then if you're talking trees, there's the superficial feeder roots, and typically that might be 15 to 30 centimeters.
So what about the mechanized crop harvesting? If we need to keep it
no-till, low-till practices. Every time you till and then you're doing the soil preparation, you are actually destroying many of the natural microorganisms in the soil. There's a lot of study being done on that very process. There is a relationship with those microorganisms attaching themselves in the rhizosphere and what they give off and what the plant gives off. They work together. The plant is far more efficiently able to extract nutrients that are available in the soil. When we put too many synthetic fertilizers into the soil, that's what we've seen. The crops are no longer able to utilize them. With the fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, we are killing soil. Soil is a living organism and we're destroying it.
It may have some adverse effects on the soil, no doubt about it, but the problem is we do it for some good as well. We need a soft soil for seed germination.
Dr. Bashir?
Yeah, it's not my subject, but you know, if we are going to disturb the soil again and again, but now we are introducing a regenerative system plus RDI system. If we will use this, the both of them, the 5 inches below the soil, this RDI system, they will, and this has around 15 years. They said
carbon emissions. How much authentic is this claim? Number 3, about these operational things, like how much brittle or how much vulnerable it is, how long it has been tested. If you are claiming 15 years, has it passed such kind of time frame doing this? You can. Secondly, lastly, if it's talked about at some stage, will our farmer will be able to fix it routine?
Yes.
And every time when seed is sown, there is no root. Is it capable enough to provide water at that time when the seed has no root? All water supply system is
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. These are questions the system has been worked with, and it has been in research for more than 15 years now. The original installation was done by the professor of chemistry who came up with the
back at National Agriculture Research Center, and that time Dr. Bashir told me that we are going to this plant this you know, the RDI system in at Anyasi, And after that, after 6 months, I think they grown the tomato at that time. So after the few months, we got the very good results comparing with the drip irrigation system, sprinkler system, and we have pivot system and so on. We have a different irrigation system. So I think if we will adopt this, so as the climate are changing and the greenhouse carbon contribution, everybody knows that how much we are contributing. Although this greenhouse gases we are contributing, but the industrial countries they are contributing carbon much more than the agrarians, what I should say. And I said in the meeting at the international forum that if the industrial countries they must have create a fund, a endowment fund for those countries who are suffering from this. And the last year we paid the price. Everybody knows the last year we paid the price for this climate change. And the thing is, in our country, the land is shrinking and the water is losing. We are losing water and we are throwing our water. We are not preserving our water. We are throwing our water every year. We are throwing our water into the ocean. I don't know. So the water people they maybe know better that around 30 million acre feet every year we are throwing water into the ocean, and we are saying that we must throw water and this and that. But for this technology, if we will use they have the data, they shown us the data that we can save 3 to 5 times water. I have seen the orchards. I have seen the vegetable, the gardens and the contained with the drip irrigation system. I really impressed. I think it has some polymers inside, and it has a capillary action. So I don't know much about the technology. So Jan must know this technology. So what is inside? But I have seen the how this is the technology so that we will save our water, we will save our fertilizer. So if we will keep that soil without disturbing there, and then the growth, the different crops, so then it's like a natural. That's the reason I just appreciate our team and thankful to our team and RDI team and all you people that you are sitting last 2-3 hours. But I think this will be helpful for the country. So if we will use these type of technology for to feed our nation and go for self-sufficiency. Thank you.